Advanced semiconductor manufacturing requires extreme wafer surface cleanliness to prevent catastrophic gate oxide breakdown. As transistor dimensions shrink toward the single-digit nanometer scale, the number of wet cleaning steps scales nonlinearly. At 28 nanometers, a wafer undergoes 60 cleaning steps, consuming 4.2 liters of grade 5 ultrapure hydrogen peroxide. At the 2 nanometer node, this intensity escalates to 330 steps and 32.0 liters per wafer. This represents a 450% increase in cleaning steps. A standard gigafab processing 100,000 wafer starts per month at the 3 nanometer node requires approximately 2,450,000 liters of this specialized chemical monthly. The physical scaling of silicon is therefore directly tethered to bulk chemical logistics. The primary bottleneck in the ultrapure hydrogen peroxide supply chain is not synthesis capacity, but transport logistics. Grade 5 chemical purity requires specialized transport vessels lined with perfluoroalkoxyfluoropolymers, or Fa. Standard stainless steel containers are unusable because they leach metal ions at parts per billion levels. This leaching renders the chemical useless for advanced node fabrication. The global fleet of active PFA-lined containers is growing at an 8.2% compound annual rate. However, semiconductor-driven demand is expanding at 16.3% annually. By 2025, the structural deficit is projected to reach 570 units. This represents a 23.5% shortfall in global transport capacity. The physical chemistry of unstabilized hydrogen peroxide prevents long-term stockpiling. Without chemical stabilizers, which are themselves contaminants, the compound continuously decomposes into water and oxygen. This exothermic reaction is catalytically accelerated by trace metals. In standard stainless steel containers, metal leaching raises impurity levels from 5 parts per trillion to 2,200 parts per trillion within 30 days. This degradation violates the 10 parts per trillion limit for grade 5 applications within 24 hours. Simultaneously, the active chemical assay drops from 31.00% to 29.70%. PFA-lined containers mitigate this, maintaining impurities below 15 parts per trillion over 30 days. Consequently, manufacturers must build dedicated purification plants directly adjacent to semiconductor fabrication clusters to bypass global transit risks.